station to the Spark. We're coding in the name of history. Hackers of retro Linux, where vintage dreams and Linux mix.
Welcome everyone to more open source things and AI testing work. For a long time, I kind of shouldn't do this kind of today, but my second mainboard arrived. I invested so that I can run my 7950X. And to no one's surprise, yeah, I probably should reverse engineer PS3 today, but we have probably more relevant for all of you today. For years I knew that IO MMU and X2 APIC on AMD do not work in, actually, yeah, only on AM5. On AM4 I actually have this working, right? Because people always tell me, why do I do these things? I should just tell AMD in Linux kernel. I actually did this. Gotten using Claude. We've gotten quite far. We made Claude. We made our AI girlfriend do things. Maybe we continue today to do things. So let's see. Okay, let's first boot. And so I don't think it's a T2 issue. What we should do, and we tried to debug that already. And welcome everyone. Just posted our site distro list as a Discord as we talked about it yesterday. You posted it again. This random things aside by the things topic yesterday stream found distro list on your. What's probably best is to put this in ARM. Like as this is ARM, I think we should like kind of do that here then. To keep ARM things in ARM, also to find it later. GitHub IO things, alternative deep in. Seriously, holy shit, there is like deep in, like you can't make this shit up, man. Yeah, we need to get on there. It's like, yeah. But for today, thank you so much. I could post on for this board. I will probably try. This is a fancy board, you all. I invested. Did I say I invested? What do we do? A few things. Just need to position this a little bit. I did things like if the more we be successful, the more we become successful, the more things the more I can invest. I probably should do. Yeah. So the other day I was considering buying for 300. I did something. What have I done? Yeah, so that's an old cooler. So the only thing new is the board. That's even my old memory, and I will not continue running it like this. And also, shall I subscribe? I obviously need to make a dedicated video about this fancy. Because my thinking was, when I buy a 300 euro entry level board, it's like, nah, you know what? Once in 20 years, I can also buy something fancy, right? No way you brought limited things. Is it limited? Is it limited? I don't know. Anyway, did I? My CEO approved it. I put my CEO is here. I need hardware. For our YouTube business. I should make a dedicated video. Also, I should not run it. I run it here just on the bench. So my plan is, obviously I will swap this. So I will take out, also the reason I brought this is because the Gigabyte board, which previously was the most expensive board I ever brought, it has multiple issues. So the main issue is it doesn't. What was even the main issue? The main issue is that it's not working reliably from suspend. And this working reliably from suspend, it also doesn't reliably post anymore. And that's before I say the BIOS update did this. So obviously I will swap this. Like when we're done with stuff, I will swap this board into my workstation with the 9950X3D and my 96 gigs of memory. Today for testing here, my leftovers are in here that previously I couldn't use. So it's basically company investment of we need shit for testing and live streaming. So my leftover things are in here. My old 64 gigs of memory and my old 7950X3D and my old Noctua NH15 or whatever thing. Big gigabyte mer things out. Yeah, so the thing is, first I purchased ASUS because when I was young and naive 20 years ago, we purchased ASUS. And people on YouTube is like, dude, you're dumbass, why do you buy ASUS, buy everything else? Then I brought everything else and everything else was worse, right? So thank you, everyone. I tried Gigabyte, has issues. I tried SRock, has issues. It's copper is fake. It's just coated aluminum to look like copper. That's fine with me, yeah. The interesting thing will be, can we hijack this OLED display and display their T2 information? But it's not like, it's not the regular RGB gaming stuff, so I appreciate this. So anyway, so instead of buying a pointless 300 euro board, I purchased a fancy 600 euro board. Minus VAT, it's actually only 500 something. So company things, it's 19% cheaper. So let's do things. Actually, I should have before. Long story short. So yeah, let's do things. Before talking so long, I should have started the build. So debugging this will be super freaking annoying. And so the issue is if you enable X2 APIC and IOMU, like Linux will not really work. And I knew this from my first board already, which was to my surprise. And people on YouTube and Twitch and email told me. And so you find this even here on level 1 tech. X2 APIC here. So other people, if you do X2 APIC and IOMU, hang shortly. But other people, so first of all, apparently nobody solved this, right? Someone even wrote ASUS or whatever and didn't get an answer. Things just curious, almost on topic, raised things. Yeah, other people like someone just find a solution. I have the same issue on 2 boards and SRock on the Gigabyte. Like, so yeah, previously I had sampled, that's also why I need some hardware for testing. Like basically that's why we need to become here the new Linus Tech Tip things. You denounce? What do you mean you denounce? What CPU? My old 7950X, but I will, when we are done with testing, I will swap it. My new 9950X3D will go in there. As I outlined already 5 minutes ago. But also, yeah, initially I didn't know, so the thing is, it could be a hardware limitation, so it could very well be we debug around there and find nothing. Today we will use AI for that. What model are you using? What do you mean model? What model? What do you mean model? You mean AI model? We will probably, although it's the last, potentially maybe the last day of Fable or whatever, we will probably use Opus if you mean AI model. Just because we need probably more tokens. I guess Fable probably wasting too many tokens. Because the thing is, so in general, that is a super boring thing, right? And I made a previous live stream. We tried to tackle that without AI. And what we did so far, so the thing is, if you enable this BIOS options, interrupts don't fully work. This appears to be somewhere related to IRQ remapping, which the Linux kernel does when it's using an IOMU. Then it's doing IRQ remapping. And this even worked. Excuse me. And last night we did too much web coding. Need to get the RTK things, Kfn setup first, longer stream. You really want a longer stream, right? I kept this in mind, yes. So we did try this without AI, and we probably spent 3 or 4 hours. Like we like 6 months ago or whatever, we tried it, right? How did we try it? We booted, this we booted with it disabled, with it enabled. We diffed their changes. We manually went through. We even enabled IOMMU config options, right? We dumped IOMMU configs. Like I probably spent 8 hours on this over the last 2 years, like 4 hours here, 2 hours here. It's like, dude, what a bloody shit. Like, you interrupt, your IQs don't work. Like, it's a really shitty bug. And then I did something, because people always tell me, why do I not just ask Linux kernel? I asked Linux kernel, right? And because I thought like 6 months ago or so, I thought I'm in December or whatever, I thought like I'm smart and I let AMD do that. Like not a single reply, not one person. I mean, maybe AMD, it's like near consumer. Oh, you know what? X2 API also, like, do you shall I subscribe? Actually, I totally forgot. It's like, you search this and then Google, it's like, hey, there's one hit your YouTube video. But yeah, actually, it was me who fixed this, actually. Only due to me, it worked on Zen 4, actually. Which is it? Anyway, that's upstream. Before you ask, is it upstream? Yes, that's upstream since probably last November or December or whatever. What is it even? Yeah, I spent some weekends here, right? It's just crazy that this doesn't have any Linux kernel hit. What is that here? 2020? What is that here? Not depend on the hack. Historically, this worked. Things. What do you have? First, PCI MSI's message signaled interrupts and can be configured. Linux legacy unmapped PCI is limited to 8-bit APIC ID. The second does not use add all in hardware and instead configures the int-c int-cap extended register. In the latter case, IOM driver would still PCI enable MSI, read breakthrough things. Historically, this worked. Yeah, this kind of plumbing is like the most boring shit for me, especially. So in theory, we should not even do that because it has very little benefit and only wastes my time. This is the kind of stuff I should not waste my time with this, but that we potentially learn something and meh. And in general, it's of course silly that this doesn't work, right? It's extremely silly that AMD people, I mean, maybe something is broken. Why does this not? Actually, wait. Is there some x86 platform drivers? It's funny, you find everything. Here's even proxmods. Proxmods. So yeah, multiple. So it's not just me. X2 API currently doesn't support X2 API mode. What is that here? This mainboard doesn't even do not work. Okay, maybe that's slightly different. Yeah, it is crazy. Let's see what we can do. As usual, the preparation takes the longest. Let's first quickly do updates. Yeah, we of course blend AI and non-AI. Like we will not simply just ask. We will apply some common sense here. I also don't think that I don't believe that AI will be able to solve this without some master guru guidance. Hello, hello. Seen my? I think so. Yes. Thank you so much for your generous support. Appreciate this very much. Just was preparing to live stream. Really appreciate that. Of course, we keep content here interesting. ILLM model. I already said we probably switch to Opus today to save a little bit because, like, I expect this to eat quite some tokens. What we could prepare, I had purchased here this PCIe serial card. We could prepare plugging that in and test if that like works for us to potentially have a serial console on this AM5 board. This is why exactly I had stock of that and pre-tested this. Where's my USB? Serial cable long. Which one would be one? Because the next thing is extracting the required information when your kernel works so little is a little bit annoying. So, you still have tried open code yet? You should save you a lot of money. Let's try this open code another day. Let's just, I don't like tool hopping. I mean, we should kinda use Fable, but as a potential. But on the other hand, it is what it is. Or we need to, yeah, we will see. We will probably soon, like unfortunately not today, because this AM5 thing here is obviously as unimportant as it is. It's still way more important than P3 as. Okay, here's this build. So let's start digging. So that is x86 today, dash 64. Where are we at? We are at 713. Is this where we are? Probably right. Oops, wrong selection. Welcome one. Isn't tool model hopping what the coders do this instead of coding? I have things to do. I cannot waste time like other people. 7-1. What? Some Unicode white space. What even happened here? So things, turn it stuff. x86-6. I had too little sleep. Can I blame it on the sleep? Serve build x86 713. Amazing, I guess. So then, here's our convoluted test stuff. Where are we? 7-1. Does our test stuff get out of hand here? Is that normal? How many major Linux kernel releases have there been? Maybe we should make an automated build list of... What? I mean, at NM Pro things unified, you could run these. I mean, I had N things unified and you couldn't run anything useful. Yeah, you need something really beefy. You need like 512 gigabyte or whatnot of NPU VRAM thing of too much setup, too much things. What is? Yeah, local doesn't. That's what people don't understand. Like, you can only do toys. That is why also all the AI PC things with laptop NPU things are complete toy. You can like, I mean, maybe you can run FFmpeg wired up Whisper of auto generating movie things, but otherwise, like, yeah. Let's just make sure we use the latest kernel, and then also not really sure which of this we used. We had tested these things. What is the syntax like this? Let's maybe run this, because otherwise we get systemd and I don't want to. I want rather have a shell to navigate some stuff. Then let's plug in some KVM. Is it powered on? Yes. What else do we need? HDMI do we need? Then, by the way, the ASUS BIOS of this board is disappointing. It's ridiculous that this BIOS is still relatively meh. I would even say, yeah, this ASUS BIOS is worse in gigabyte than most things. It's ridiculous. So, I guess we could turn it on. I mean, maybe we don't even need this fan really. I have some garbage fan on there. I don't really need this. Just go away. Let's hope. Detect memory. Yeah. Okay. Other things. Updates. What are updates doing? Oh, that's quite some updates. Oh, thank goodness Data did some. Oh, that's still some updates. No. Quick.js, is this the stuff from Fabrice Bellard, or is this something else? Wait, I also did something completely... What did I even do here? Where's my ASIO? Huh? Oh, maybe I press the mouse wheel. Oh, what's our boot doing? Okay, this sometimes happens. That also, yeah, I've no idea why this happens. This is this. Ah, damn it. Doesn't have exit. Yeah, I had this like once it worked. So this has 2 USB ports and. Yeah, I had this like it's network booting. Like once it worked, I thought like, yeah, this never works. Like once I don't know, this PC BIOS quality thing. Is there something finished? Layman somehow dependency or whatnot. Yeah, this board like this is not the best to test because memory training takes so long. This also was the case in the Gigabyte board. I think it's mostly the 7950X paired with this early generation memory. I have their Intel 16 gigs, which expensive. I probably should disable this other network port because otherwise I need to. Okay, we have that. Do we have? Does that work? I'm treating myself for all my hard work at this board. I'm investing into the future. Okay, either that's not COM1 or 0 or whatever, or this didn't work. Oh man, I hate this overview. So now we have nothing. Congratulations. That's of course not ideal. Does this here work? Okay, maybe no serial. That of course sucks. We need to see what's. Is it falling out? No. That's of course sad. Did we have tested that? TTY is 0. Damn it, there's always something. Did you buy the board? Yes, I brought the board. Nobody's giving me boards usually. My company brought the board because I went to my CEO and said we need this board. And CEO looked at my token use and said it's approved. Okay, so things. Where are we here? Okay, do that already. Come on. Without serial console, it would be super freaking annoying. Running is ROM seated. Yes, I noticed. I swapped it already after the photo. Yeah, I swapped it after the photo. But this seating is also, as an electric engineer, I'm not really sure if I would personally place it like that. For me, the coloring is like, if you color this, for me it would make more sense, like one memory channel, one color, and keep, I don't know. I mean, actually, yeah, electronically, yeah, I would need to see the PCB, but yeah. But the coloring is also, the coloring doesn't make the super most sense if, so basically they colored, yeah, A and B, it's, yeah, I mean, the only color is like the first, yeah. Yeah, it's wrong. I noticed that. I noticed that after I first made the photo and then turned it on. I noticed that after turning it on. Thank you very much. Because I found that the intuitive placement, it's just PC vendors. Should be A2, B2. Yes, I know. I thought that's A2, B2. PC vendors route electric signals differently than I would. To me, it doesn't really make the supermost sense that A2, B2 are not the outmost longest signal length slots. I have no idea why PC vendors do that. I don't even see any PCB layouting improvement. Maybe we should route memory in KiCad ourselves to. I mean, yes, I never routed, I never layouted that, but it felt intuitive when I plugged it in, given the coloring. Okay, yeah, that is the issue I need to. Yeah, this here is stupid. Does it still? Yeah, we probably disable. Yeah, I mean PC boards, like even the most expensive PC boards. Did this mounting? Did this mount? Did it mount or not? Okay, I think it mounted. Yeah, what's super annoying is the one port. It has a 5 and 10 gig port or whatever. And one port, like the S0 port, does not reliably network boot with grub. Yeah. Okay, so Turner Brothers. No, this is not peak. Ideally I would want to use a. This is not peak. That's yeah. Wait, that's a full system, right? So we can less this message, probably. So working with this will be super annoying. Ideally, we should this also. So, do we see... wait, the question is... Okay, we might have made one mistake, which is... That is a working version. So that's the working thing. The question is, yeah, extracting data without serial console is meh. I mean, we could secure shell. The problem is that is the working case. The problem is we need to extract test, like debug data. Like it's also really a lot of text to paste into. An AI clinker. How did I name this file? Why does it only has... This is funny. Where is this coming from? I don't think that is the PCIe thing I plugged in here. Does the board have... Does the board... I mean, of course, a chipset probably maybe has a serial port. But the manual didn't say it has a serial port. And why does the other thing not? Serial controller, one young thing of. Did this piece of shit not work? Oh, we tested that some months ago. Oh, maybe it does, but IOMMU group. Does this not have a driver attached? We debugged that. Okay, people, things discussed. Don't really want to debug that here today. I thought this was working. I mean, there were some glitches, but the glitches were... I remember we patched this, but... I'm confused. What? Ah, shit. Always one more thing. Damn it. But that means it appears... This is so bizarre. Does this have some hidden... Yeah, 10 things of, yeah, how to locate. I mean, BIOS people also sometimes do BIOS things and do not encode that correctly in the BIOS. USB serial because IRQ routing doesn't work. USB will not work in the broken configuration. It's so broken. We are lucky if we get anything out of that. Also, I want serial console. Like early serial console is probably not supported over USB serial. So yeah, this BIOS here, I'm not impressed. This BIOS, what did I want to change? I wanted to disable the second. Can we even, does it have, where would that be? PCI? No. Onboard device here. here. Let's disable this one because it's not reliably. Yeah, that's the thing. You buy the most expensive PC board and then one network thing ain't reliably. I mean, so this I don't really need. I mean, also it doesn't matter. QU. Don't really use this here. What was the other? So the other is, wait, it's F9, right? Does this forward? The only good thing compared to this Gigabyte board is that the search works. So that was on. Should have been on. Hey, the KVM actually works. So this will break the Linux kernel X2 Apex. That's all you need to do to not to have Linux not really working on any AM5 board I've ever seen. I don't know how AMD can for years not fix this. Anything else? Alright, the only thing is like, what's with serial? Does this have here serial somewhere? What is that? App compatibility database? What the fuck is that? Pass advanced AMD? What the fuck is that? What strange bloody options are in a bloody PC BIOS? The problem is, so this will not work. That is exactly the issue. Planning to write your master thesis on T2 SDE. Never touch it, touch wood. Analyze this impact of compile optimization and boom sizes. I'm not sure. Is it advanced enough? I mean, sure. If that works for you, there's somehow not. My gut feeling is somehow it's not advanced enough for. Did you say master? Okay, why is this posting? So yeah, this is not super ideal. The 1950X and my newer memory is posting faster. That it was as slow on my Gigabyte board. Which KVM make model to use recommend, by the way? I don't have, as usual, I don't have a very high sample size. I only have basically this one thing. It depends what precisely you want. I have this dirt cheap nano KVM thing, the size speed. So this is size speed nano KVM for $50, but I think like in the meantime I got it when it was newish, like a year ago, over a year ago. Maybe in the meantime it became more expensive, I don't know. I mean, it's a little bit low quality and stuff, but it's open source and RISC-V. So that's probably already the issue. This so this is already a little bit slowish, and that's yeah here. This is already the issue. There are multiple issues, so multiple interrupts do not work. Like, so the way we tackled this without an LLM 6 months ago was to painstakingly compare lots of numeric values. So what's strange is some devices work, like maybe Ethernet work, yeah. So we are lucky that that boots. If Ethernet wouldn't work, so as you see, so the NVMe will not really work, or it will really slowly, because like here's the NVMe. This is why if there's some garbage Intel, like 16 gigs Optane in there, just for testing. Because I knew that's one of those things. Oh shit, no, I made a strategic mistake, damn it. Fuck. Ah, damn it. Don't have this init is not a shell with job control. Ugh. You forget this for one moment and yeah. Now we waste time for reboot. Damn it. Control C, control what? What do you mean with control? This doesn't work in a shell without job control. You really think I do not know control? That's what job control is. If you run shell as init, it will not enable job control. So this is a diff of this. The only problem is, wait, why do we not have the two not flush? Oh shit, why is it bloody empty? Ugh, damn it, this didn't flush yet. Can't make this shit up. Oh man. My luck. Good. Let's do the last updates. Which of those things did or didn't build? So not having a serial console makes us really inefficient. We debugged around on this thing. Hey there, control X good. I didn't load your things yet. I'm sorry, I was a little bit busy today. I sometimes need to get some things done. Yeah, how this can be so broken, I don't understand. Like, so it's basically a BIOS. All you need to do is enable X2 APIC because you think you want this for better virtualization or whatnot. And this breaks. How this can be broken for 2.5 years, I do not understand. And how nobody at Linux kernel cares, I really do not understand. This is yeah, completion pulled because there wasn't an interrupt. So a lot of interrupts don't work. It's, to me, it's just crazy. No, that didn't build. Audio. To give it one try. Can we like finish here? So this time no mistake. Oh, here that also didn't got it. This is why this didn't flush, maybe. Yeah, this is absolutely horrible. The question is, how should we even bloody debug that? Yeah, this board comes with a serial. Maybe it's not populated. Where would they be hiding that? I did read the bloody manual. The craziest thing is that this works on AM4. Okay, let's do other things. Let's commit this shit here later. Basically, Claude, this I issue aim5 works on fix these things, make no mistakes, yes. Yeah, what that annoys me too. Even, was is it here, remote things, retime mode, others, things. What were the two things you wanted for Intel ME AMT? So you wanted R, what was the thing? Developer RT something? RTK? And so that's installed. And the other is, yeah, but Caveman didn't. The other thing, what was the other recommendation before Caveman? Caveman didn't just work. There was Pony things, Tail, and originally Trap Code Graph. How to make it use RT. Reduces things, common dev command, single Raspberry zero dependencies. You know what, let's just start with this. RT, what, K? How to use shit. RTFM. Frequency, standards, quoting, install, brew install. Pre-build, verify, version gain, should token save instead. No tracking directory, run some things. Install init-g. Path. Claude LT things. Patch existing. Anonymous things, improve details, and no. Don't need telemetry. Usage, token, optimator command things, hook, all other commands are rewritten, Claude code should things. This should work like this, you say? RTK show, or what was it? RTK gain. Okay, Claude. Wait, what? We should have started earlier, but it is what it is. Model. I think today we try Opus because meh. What is plan mode plan? Maybe plan mode. Yeah, due to this IOQ remapping, this IOQs change here, of course. But both times it says IOQ remapping enabled. Could give it the diff, right? What board? I'm spoiling myself thanks to my business growing success here. I got something fancy. Basically, I wanted to buy a cheap board for like 300. I was even considering Amazon warehouse stock, like some like cheap as like medium, like not totally dirt cheap. I was considering Amazon warehouse deals, return stuff of ProArt, but then I thought if I spend 300, I can also spend 600 and upgrade my workstation. And basically, I thought, yeah, if I have a normal board, I have a normal board. So level maybe to what effort should I? What do things? ASOS. This is a maybe limited. I don't know. Rock Republic on Crosshair 2006. Maybe limited, but I don't care about limited. Mostly supporting this not RGB craze of making stuff look normal. Why should I change it to no? Why should I waste tokens with high and ultra thing? Can we not always later tell it? So are here any AI experts, any vibe coding experts? What should I give it? The last time we collected a lot of data, like all the IOQ remapping things, I could give it the diff here. What would the AI experts give it? Is trap here? Trap? We need trap. I'm helpless without AI experts these days. I'm like a toddler again. Trap not here? How is trap not here if we need trap? Take the max 100. Okay. By the way, does max include Fable starting tomorrow? But so what would you give it? Also here's by the way the. So the issue is not this board. I specifically purchased this board to have a second board because I cannot use my production board constantly for testing. So normally, as a normal developer, previously we did look into proc interrupts and stuff. So how you would normal debug this is you would look here into the interrupt things and see what interrupts go where and why they're not. I mean, you don't see why they like what changed. Like why does it change? Does it make sense? What doesn't work? By the way, NVMe. I totally don't understand what strange bucket is because like it gets interrupts, right? So that is a non-working version. I don't know what bloody shit is even going on there. What is crazy to me is this is not vintage retro stuff, right? This is the latest top of the line. And the diff for start plus any relevant info you have. Yeah, for more relevant information, we would need to reboot multiple times, right? You would give it the diff. What was IP? 96. The question is, I say what is IP because it's my throwaway VM, right? It's my cloud VM. That is why it has. Your task is to fix analyze and fix AMD Ryzen 7000 and 9000 series AM5 X2 APIC with IONIU breaking IQ delivery for many devices, including NVMe and at times I say mostly because I don't know how much they work. I see some trigger. Not really sure why this watchdog here times out. That apparently is the case in each thing. I'm not liking that it doesn't show the pasted stuff. I mean, this is so mysterious. What the craziest thing is that I reported this to Linux kernel and x86 and nobody bloody cares. Yeah, the thing is AM4. The thing is, like AM4, I would need to turn on other things and stuff. Plus AM4 might be misleading. I guess it might be more because like there might be more differences in 5 years that it might confuse it with random data things. I'll start examining the key files and I think the problem let me look at the chemist diff and relevant kernel sources. Most of this PCI renumbering noise let me find meaningful interrupt IO things, the key signal things. The key signal, the AMD VNE differs by 2 bits. X2 EPIC support off versus AFE on. This enables X2 EPIC interrupt remapping mode with 128-bit IRTE. The thing is, I don't know if it's supposed to work, but it has a BIOS option. I mean, are not even the chiplets. I thought the chiplets are identical. Or does someone know if the chiplets between EPIC, Threadripper, and Consumer Zen are identical or totally different chipsets? What chipsets? AM4, AM5? What you're saying? Can't just boot AMD tar up things, save it, and some and. Yeah, it's completely different. If anything, we need to. If anything, we need to get. I would not. So first of all, we compared things. We did this manually 6 months ago, and we found no smoking gun. The chiplets. So you say the chiplets are identical. Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, I don't have inside information. I mean, it kinda would make sense if the chiplets are identical, aren't they? I mean, there's always a possibility that the hardware is broken, but why would there be a BIOS option to turn it on? Like if AMD and if AMD and the board vendors would know that stuff is broken. I mean, you never know. They know it's broken and there's a BIOS option, but it's working on my AM4 systems, right? I refuse to believe that this is just completely broken. I wonder what information it will ask me. Theoretically, it can read the documentation. I'm not touching the BIOS. On my cloud is running on the Gigabyte board that I have since launch day. So that's a Gigabyte Aorus Masters X670E that I have for 2.5 years. And I updated the BIOS multiple times. So within 2 years of BIOS updates, I only updated the BIOS every 6 months or so, or sometimes even after 12 months, because like usually the BIOS update breaks some random shit, and I'm tired of wasting my time with breaking random shit. But so this Gigabyte board has a BIOS from 6 months ago. This board came out just recently, so fiddling. I mean, what these LLMs are apparently relatively good. What I noticed from the SGI work the last days is these LLMs are apparently relatively good at matching here this bit masks and stuff. So of course trap is in SOFA, right? It's a tool, and instead of I need to make notes, like I can't even remember all of this, right? So normally what you would need to do is you would need to go to the AMD documentation. You would need to have this PDF open. You would have to have some notepad open, like Emacs or so, or Vim. And Renee is using AI. It's over now. We just need to understand. First of all, I refuse to call it here, but I mean, I'm using LLM tools. Tell it specifically that it's on another machine. AI is. I have AI. I have AI in the title. Did I? Oh shit. Who wrote the title? You think it's thinking it's debugging on the same system? Oh, the typo. Oh no, not typo. What is the diff from, by the way? The diff is we booted. The diff is we booted the same board with X2 APIC disabled and enabled, and the diff is the kernel demask, the kernel debug messages. It now has traced the root cause precisely. Now let's see. Functional change working broken is that the BIOS enables that flips one input. The AMD's extended feature register goes from AFE to 2 bits of this driver in drivers. IO makes the driver set things X2 epic and enable. Simultaneously, the CPU APIC switch cluster X2 APIC logical destination. The results of IO MMU mapped MSI stop being delivered. Completes only by pulling workshop fire things, stall IO itself things, modified things is byte for byte mainline correct. Firmware quirk on things. The fix belongs in a quirk and there is existing precedent family 16 router init DMI quirk table thing. One important constraint I want to flag before choosing the fix: simply disabling IO MMU XT while leaving the CPU cluster is insufficient cluster mode uses logical destinations value. 8-bit IMU can't root without XT. The working boot effectively uses physical destinations. Let me get you direction, fixed strategy, and scope. Force. Which strategy should we plan, implement, and restore IQ delivery under X2 Epic IO MEMU? Enable quirk that physical unaffected. Keeps X2 Epic, drops cluster logically addressing, test ID stay in. Quirk force XT mode, control never set, alone is insufficient under cluster eyeballs. Belt and suspended, boot prom only, no code, don't add kernel things, AMD things, workaround, no source change in the tree. Maybe we can try one. Wonder how correct that is. What was the most spectacular you had LM able to fix? Hello, are we, what's going on? Did we not? Hello, Green Noob. How was your party? Thank you so much for your raid. Shout out there to our friends of what AI most spectacular. I lost overview. Audience, fans, what do you remember was the most spectacular? We did the Vitek, we did SGIO2. What were the first things? I have had coders say no, we have the smoking shape. What? When did you start your coding journey? Like when I was 8 and reading a basic book and was thinking, how can basic be so stupid? This cannot be the right way to program computers. Oops, sorry. I don't really remember. The problem is because AI does it, I don't even remember it that much. What is the first thing we wipe fixed? Was the Vitek the first thing we wipe fixed? Then, I mean, Octane, it didn't really... Oof. I mean, I guess ask me, I didn't even wipe fix much yet. I'm only doing this for some days. I'm not even sure is this correct? Which family is Epic and Threadripper? The built-in and active old config output sync with the tree. In a single file. The problem is test booting that now, because that is... Here it edits that. I guess we built this outside of this test VM. Actually, we should have saved this, but it is what it is now. Should have no clear source. It implemented that already. I mean, it will be interesting to see if that works. By the way, this was RT. What was it? Saving things? Gain? Oh, it gained something. Okay, it was used. Read, grab, count. Okay, that's not really that many counts. 86% efficiency meter. If this works, I don't even have alcohol in the office to get drunk, man. I really wonder if this will work. We could cluster those boards now. Yeah, I should. This probably needs airflow, man. Sorry for the fan noise, this chipset gets really hot. You should change the I/O menu from auto to enable. Why? What do you mean the auto is partial? I mean, I mentioned this. What do you mean with partial? I mentioned this multiple times on YouTube that I absolutely hate this auto things that are auto enable disable and then you don't know what auto does. Like if it's sometimes enabled, it's like it's the biggest bullshit. I totally agree that's but I just thought auto picks enabled or disabled, not like it sounds like you. I mean, usually I do that, but not always. But I mean, so I only change it from auto to enable when I want something enabled, like when auto doesn't enable that. But yeah, the thing is I go simple and only touch what I need different. So if it's enabled on auto, I usually don't touch it. But it sounds like you're saying it's not fully enabled. These names, by the way, suck. I don't know what Linus Torvalds had to choose there years ago that these names are so sucky. Okay, let's see if it's a difference. Yeah, sorry that this fan sounds like shit. It's some completely, this is some complete garbage fan, like some soup socket 7 fan here. You even see this here. Here, it's some garbage fan that's falling apart. It's, you know, it's, I'm sorry. Yeah, I could check more in things, font things. Are you open using a new font? I made a fork off things. I'm not even the biggest fan of. I'm not really the biggest fan of changing things to shake. I mean, I could click on there and things of. Is there a preview? Oh. Oh, this ligature things are. I'm not a fan of. Yeah, that's a dead bearing. This is some emergency extra cooling fan on my desk. It probably will die with me one day. So, reboot. Right, reboot is here. Do we have? We probably have daemon. Don't have daemon. Okay. What low quality? Okay, so. This should just boot like this. By the way, what garbage? I mean, maybe I should take another fan. What cooler, made in China, DC brushless, ball bearing, 1.8 watt. It's probably from socket 7 times. What other things could we? certifies their first Linux desktop. Threaded CPU of their Things Olympus cores. Debian testing. They could also switch to T2 Linux. I also wonder why they do not print MAC addresses in standard column form. So many things are so strange in the IT industry. This was way faster without timeouts. Does this really do something? Can I mix this shit up? Ah shit, I did this wrong again. Ah shit. Ah, damn it. Ah, I'm so stupid. Why does this... It's still not flashed. Maybe that worked though. Damn, maybe this is... I mean, yeah. Before I waste days with this stupidity. Maybe that fixed something crazy shit. Or at least works around it. I wonder what happens when we send it to Linux kernel and it's like... replying to my own email from 6 months ago. Thank you, nobody, for answering. My AI girlfriend and I went ahead and implemented a workaround. What you thinking, AMD? What you're thinking? Let's change the booting. Let's say that may be working, at least in some way, shape or form. Let's disable that thing here. Yeah, it's posting, detect memory. Yeah, obviously, this was the first day, so that's first generation Ryzen 7000 with first generation. That's not even, that's probably pre-Expo. That's a non-Expo Intel XMP. Like this is literally this one. 64 gigs of memory of 5000, but running overclocked. I run this at 6000 overclocked, as you see. So the post, like with this memory and this CPU, the post always was so bloody long. I mean, if that works around that, I have DOCP enabled and then increased it further to 6000. Because I knew I did run this in production at 6000 already 3 years ago. 3 or 2.5 years ago. I overclocked this quite a bit. That was stable already. So this doesn't show that much because that much it kind of boots. It depends when it does NVMe and stuff, but... So that's of course SUCT2 Linux. The question is, does it fully come up? That's why I did boot with init equals bin dash. Not sure if it's... Hello? Why is KE not coming up? Maybe not fully working. There is still some... I mean, it boots. I mean, maybe KDE doesn't come up because AMD GPU interrupt. Not sure why KD Plasma doesn't come up. But it boots faster than without the fix. It's otherwise it hangs really long for eventually maybe to con. Now that's rated speed of this. Without the fix, it wasn't that fix. I mean, it does something. I give this clinker so much. I did. Oh, here's. We still get that sometimes. That's probably not ideal. Thank you for the membership. Really appreciate this. I'm really blessed with all the recent support. What is that sparkling sound from? That is a garbage. This is a failing ball bearing 30-year. It's just to make sure the chipset it doesn't. I kinda should go and. Get another Mr. Hammer. It's so annoying. Okay, I go look for another. Like, let me. You know what? Actually, I was thinking. You know what I will do? I will simply from this dual Noctua. I will take the outer fan. We don't need two fans here. Let's just. From this dual air cooler, let's take this Chroma Max, and from now on this is a chipset fan. So from now on it identifies as a chipset fan. Ouch. Which air is this side here? Now the chipset has a Chroma Max chipset fan here. Problem solved. So that's what you get, membership, and immediately thank you about. Please hit this fan thing. Yep, I did so. What's your thing? So do you see things? So what IP was it? It's like, except this is blowing literally. Look, and I think this is making me cool somehow. Let's make it so. Cheers. I mean, somehow it's not a really completely full-featured, full fix, but we'll work around. What was IP? 96? Do we even have that? One. 105. Yes, just give me, what was the password? It wanted to thank you for videos. General brought me into Linux kernel patching like nothing else did. Did my first contribution weeks ago. That's amazing. Otherwise wouldn't done it. Props. That's amazing. Working AMD. I'm working with an AMD bug. What? I finally tried to make X2 APIC work with IOMMU on AM5. Maybe we don't have user. What's the users is? Let's maybe tell clinker. If we find our clinker. Let it mulling. What AMD bug do you work on? The question is, I mean, that's certainly not ideal, but better than nothing. I wonder if forcing physical mode on things. Why does it print that twice? I mean, here it prints that. Switching to physical X2 APIC. So it's mulling and bashing that. Why is this mulling and bashing? Let's do a performance test. I mean, the real test would be, so why do I want this? Theoretically, I want this for even more advanced testing with GPU pass-through. The daily struggle with SSH, what was the IP? And I mean, it's not really a struggle, it's just sometimes with random test VMs. I think we did this right. So this is running NFS root, so that's slightly lesser performance. With which GPU, or like, I mean, I don't have the best GPUs here, which like any theoretically. We have only entry-level things from the last year, so we have 6,700 XT or so, and we have, so I have an entry-level RDNA 3 and an entry-level RDNA of 1 or 2, whatever. But theoretically also any other. Otherwise, we have only completely old stuff. But yeah, we could also do completely old stuff, potentially, maybe. How much is this usage so far? I mean, if we have apparently still something left, what is it saying? Sorting, it's pre-stage tools. The things is supported, but very new chip, heavy chip specific readout driver issued purely by rebuilding blindly fastest decisive test boot parameter. AMD IQ test disk tells not to cache interrupt remap table entries, so every madam guaranteed fresh RT instead of. Then hammer the NIC, iPerf 3 large and watch netdev watchdog around timeout grab twice second part. IQ counter frozen things. What if things fixes I fold IQ cache disable into the same things. Here's a clean hook. It's just a bool gated and enable IQ things in. No boot things is needed. If it doesn't, the residual driver, ASPM and pivot. Oh, it could be active state power management things. Everything is possible these days. Okay, this performance is horrible. Why is this? It shouldn't be that bloody slow. Why was it that bloody slow? It should be 30 seconds. Maybe it was timing out on an NFS packet. these hours things. Switching to max 100, you might. Switching to max 100, you might see the reset. Which reset bug? Which reset bug? Oh, look, it was stalled. There, yeah, there is a lot. That is why that is so slow and why we temporarily lost. I mean, maybe that's why AMD GPU doesn't. Not really sure what AMD GPU did here. Okay, what dot clanker? I mean, it improved it. That's for sure. It's just not yet fully amazing. I mean, it's funny that it derived this from the data to compare disambiguate cache erratum versus I could give it a try. I mean, disabling all the caches also doesn't sound amazing. I wonder, should we... No, we could also fully... you mean AMD reset research if you want. Oh, there is some... I mean, to be fair, a lot of GPUs sometimes had some reset issues. Especially old ones had some reset issues. Like, hey, even Firewire had some reset issues. In a way, it is really sad that the AMD people, like, that nobody answered there. That is so sus. Like, do big corporations not care about consumer hardware? I so don't get why nobody I hope it did DDR5 state restore here. So the difference should be... Yeah, the problem is we don't really see it here, but well. I wonder where they are hiding the UART. I mean, it improved it from completely not working to working mostly, except the only issue I see is Ethernet, and maybe... Actually, there is already some transmit queue timed out. It's crazy that now it mostly works except Ethernet. Okay, the workaround is not yet fully amazing. Where's even my... Oh, this is also... I wonder what's with AMD GPU that Plasma doesn't start. Can we? So I mean, there's still this here. This is is this even a valid thing here? Okay, let's a clanker clink already. That's what the clanker is for. But what is this AMD GPU? There's definitely something that does not make cannot create backend. Why? Why don't we have AMD GPU? Oh, we don't have. Oh, we don't even have the driver. We have because. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, never mind. Because that is a new. Let me fix this. We totally don't have. Where did we build this? Here, serve T2. Probably here we built this, right? x86 to 64. Where did we build this precisely? Worked for 51 seconds. We have desktop. We have that one here. I mean, in a way, Trap is right. So debugging this kind of cursed shit, especially when nobody except you pays, is super annoying. And hey, I tried the right thing and tried Linux kernel and AMD people to fix this for me, but nobody cared. So obviously, I do not want to take. I don't want AI to take my job, but but if it helps me to do completely like, I mean, obviously I cannot waste days, if not weeks of my life for really stupid AMD bugs, so why does this not things? It should be 7.1. Ah, we had 3. We had 3. It's a daily struggle. Welcome. So now we have, yeah, this Ethernet is timing out. I mean, so far we reduced this from nothing really works much to only Ethernet doesn't work. Test things, difference, rules, RT cache erratum, enter brie, map validation is green, so need to separate cleanly whether failure. I'm pretty sure it didn't, but yeah, we could do that. Timeout disappears. It is things remapping alone isn't enough. Specific device. Next stop is request ID via aliases through as media switch chain. There isn't as media switch on that. Shit! It didn't even recover yet. It's still bloody recovering of. Yeah, that is so frustrating, right? I have no problem of writing drivers and stuff, but if expensive mainline stuff does just not work, years later, this is broken for 2.5 years. I don't understand how this can be. Testing pass-through or Deon XT ton of issues at the end switched using LXC with the GPU. Interesting. Yeah, I wanted to use GPU pass-through already more, but like this not fully working also didn't really motivate me much to. Q0. Hello, can we recover? The problem is also modern hardware is too complex, right? That this does not just work is certainly testament to modern, overly complex, cursed, buggy consumer hardware things. Didn't even recover yet. Accumulating here more random shipment. I'm pretty sure this worked because this is how we tested this already 6 months ago. This should of course work, but yeah, it ain't really working much. Did we do this wrong? Because it ain't rebooting it. Now we might not have I/O. I mean, the network is like this might be similar to new Getty. This might be deadlocked on anything. Yeah, that is my surprise, right? It should not be the 2026 with the highest end consumer hardware. You can that easily break it. I mean, yes, I don't know what's broken. It is. Do we have reset? No, that says flex key. What is that jump from? Maybe I should read the bloody manual of my new board. Glacial Dark, I know that's the wrong board actually. Edition 20. Is this one here? It's just, what is that even? Give me the manual, man. Manual edition, I don't even know what. Thing 0, crosshair 2020. Why is this not finding the bloody manual? Is manually finding that difficult? Oh, it's called 2006? Oh, it's called 2006. What's stuff doing? Stuffing? Stuff deposed. I did check serial. What did I wanted to check? There is no serial UART. No. On my workstation board, on my AM4 workstation boards, they had UART. So yeah, this is. We could check maybe the DMI info. What is it? Oh, that's reset. So that's flex. That's reset. Chassis fan. What else did we got here? AIO. USB front and L2 mode. USB, water pump, sensor, chassis fin. Alt, PCIe mode. F audio. Don't see a UART. What else did I wanted to check? Mostly wanted to check which of there is reset. I still wonder why KDE does this just not. Wait, now this fails too. Hello? Holy shit, is it an independent bug? You know what, I did not test this. I got this, I purchased, I ordered this board on Friday, I received it today. I did literally not test this Ethernet port, like maybe it is this bloody Ethernet port. You cannot make this shit up, man. Can I once purchase something that just does bloody just work, man? Like an SGI octane or in dependable Itanium? How about we switch to Itanium, man? I have an idea what we do with the rest of our tokens, so as we need to token max our $20 here. We need to get the most out of our $20. How many people do we even have watching? Oh, 71 people. Maybe it is a bloody... That would explain why everything works except Ethernet. Oh man. 20... This is also... I hate all this cursed Ethernet. Like... There are literally 100 Ethernet chips. Why do we need 100? I mean, I understand free capitalism and stuff, and everyone can YOLO their own shit. But like, can companies not get their act together and work a little bit? I'm not calling for socialism. All I call for is working Ethernet drivers. Oh shit! I wanted to go into the BIOS, but maybe I didn't delete here. Oh, I did. Let's enable this other Ethernet again because so. Earlier, I mostly used the other one, or did I? Actually, maybe not. Anyway, let's enable the other one again. The problem with that one is that the BIOS did already not reliably boot from that one, which pisses me also off a little bit. I really hate to buy expensive shit and then the most basic stuff does not just work. Save change. I mean, maybe it's my switch. Maybe I should use another cable. 5 gigabit enabled. We could use here a garbage cable. We could test if another cable makes the difference. How about this garbage cable? Although I don't know how garbage it is. Did we? It's probably posting, right? Yeah, 2026, and you cannot be sure that your Ethernet cable works. Here, that's a big fat ass cable. Like, look, like I've never had such beefy bloody. Like, holy shit, are that Ethernet? I never had such beefy Ethernet. Holy shit. Here, let's plug that in. And see if this beefy Ethernet cable is any more reliable. Here. Yes, that was the cable in the fan. Yes, I know. So where is the big fat ass cable? Here's the big fat ass cable. So which cable? Where can I plug out? This cable. Oh, ouch. Yes. What's with the post here? Did it not yet? Oh, it didn't save. Ach, do I hate these menus. Thought it's doing something. Skazi! How are you doing? The Graver, good evening. That is things. Is that a? Maybe. Do you know broken things that I don't know? Do you have that also and you have issues with that? What did AI say? AI said... what did AI summary say? What chip it is? This is the RTL 8127A, 8127A. That's what the AI summary says. Do you have knowledge of instably working crap with it, or is that what you want to imply? You ask because known broken. The Graver, was it not you? I have the things version. So far, not impressed. What do you mean was not impressed? Working led to me say show me the what am I doing working and led to me say what. Where did I plug it? Okay, I plugged it into that one. Let's see. File downloaded successfully. Look, with this here. No, it's not a cable issue. Damn it. Holy is that? That is really freaking. It takes a while to link and stuff, like 90 seconds. I don't have that issue. Any other issues? And I'm not getting full as opposed to the old Mellanox card. Yeah, retake is shit. That is why all PC. Of course, I'm aware. Everything not good old beefy big fat R's iron things is basically all like all consumer stuff is shit. Actually, I have, did I say I have already an idea what we wipe code at the end of the live stream, as we probably have tokens over. Tokens left over. Things Realtek download. What is the download? But Realtek has an out of tree driver for it released. I'm more impressed of companies that send a proper upstream patch. I hate out of tree shit. I hate with passion. You want to clean your glasses and they're more dirty than before. So what I will do is I will use this Realtek to boot, and then I plug it over to, like, after booting. Oh wait, because okay, so that one we are incoming things. Intel is good. Intel also had their issues. So now I plug this over because that's S0. Then we are. So we loaded with plugging the cable over. It's like, yeah, it's ridiculous. You have 2 NICs and one doesn't reliably network boot. It's like, yeah, I never liked Realtek either. Yeah, but that's, I mean, the cheapest crap succeeds, right? Now we have another IP though. Oops. Reached graphical target. We reached it. I see. There's a bit of an issue. How to? What was it? Did I not previously? Here. No. Oh no. So that's 100 Ls. 100 Ls. But it's another NIC. That is why this is another. Yes, it's the same. Does it also have attached things? Base, Realtek? So that's a 5 and a 10 gigs or whatnot. Okay, we need to finish copying this crashed the last time. Actually, I think this should have worked, right? 713 start to. Maybe AI is right. It's just this. Maybe AI and the Graver are right that it's just some garbage driver thing. Unfortunately, this would be about posting malicious. Yeah, I would want to allow that for forever. I wish. I mean, yeah, I could actually bug YouTube support of, but you know, for our shall I subscribe so that we become more popular to tell YouTube such thing. Let me change here the. Oops, sorry, wrong button. Subscription goal of, you know, to motivate people to reach it. Things. The subscription only is off, right? Sub only. I think. I hope I disabled it only. So they're very power efficient. Is always pain and dry. Yeah, I also like they never established like properly upstreaming drivers. It's so sad. Let's performance test this. Actually, does this give us? Yes, it does. Does this start KDE Plasma? No, why not? Why does this not start? It did start earlier today. Operation. Okay, that operation supported. Discard. Oh, failed. What do you mean failed to set up vendor? Oh, is this? Is this not working because this KVM capture thing? Holy, is that stupid? My other AMD GPU things work with this capture. I mean, maybe I did a firmware update. And maybe there is a new one. Maybe we could update this shit. I mean, just update. It doesn't work right now. So. I mean, I mean, yes, this capture thing was sometimes glitchy, but previously it worked with other dedicated AMD GPU things. Wanted to ask at some point if we could introduce something like TS coding with his vodka bot for streams, his chat plugin. Super cool to have YouTube and Twitch chat in your subtitle. Mindset of not breaking user space, for example, changing ABI standards compliant. Do you concur with the mindset of not breaking user space? In general, yes. For example, changing the ABI to be standard compliant, but it may break. I mean, if it breaks very rare things, I would change it. I'm more like if we were like, let's say we would, if we had like 100%, like if we had millions of market share and like it would break that for everyone, but like if it only breaks rare corner cases and it would improve stuff, I would probably rather. Okay, this somehow ain't super happy. But this might be the capture dongle, which is a little bit bizarre. Let's see if a clean reboot fixes. So earlier, I mean, maybe we could reboot. I could plug in my display and then swap the cable. Like, this is also silly. Like, do you? Okay, this other Ethernet thing works here, so oof. Maybe this Ethernet not amazing. Yeah, I wish this. The problem is that this Chinese consumer companies like ASUS, I mean, sure, there are many components on this board. I mean, yeah, for many things they just source the cheapest crap, right? Ironically, on my other boards there was an Intel thing, but Intel probably doesn't have 10 gig Ethernet, right? I guess, or at least not affordable or whatnot, or power efficient. In a way, it completely sucks that like in 2026 you have cheap Ethernet controllers that are just meh. Oh, I had this still enabled. I thought it was disabled again. Thank you, Foxtrot. I thought I had clicked there. Strange. Yeah, the thing is that these bloody star icons are basically the same, and I didn't want to leave it on. Thank you, Foxtrot. Okay, 37. Okay, this performance is still not amazing, though. It should be. It once was 30. Why was it 31s? So this is when I got this board. The best was 30. Why is it not 30 anymore? I mean, at least it's better than with broken Ethernet. I also really would like to see AMD GPU. Where is my DVI cable? This here? Let's plug in my display, not the capture dongle. Yeah, I was already wondering if subscriber only mode is still on because I didn't see the confirmation, but I thought like maybe it doesn't print this for turning it off. Which was now my here we don't have right now. I need to I need to We don't have capture, but I can type, right, like that, and no, it's currently not having it. Strange. Let's maybe reboot and see if, because on this display it was working earlier. Okay, so that does something. Congratulations. Whether that is the most correct things, I will send this to Linux kernel sometime soon, because I want to know their comment of like this complete garbage. The thing is, I don't know, right? I didn't do this consumer things. I'm not like, how should I know what AMD YOLO together there? Maybe that's wrong tables, or like, I don't know what. We need to discuss this. Best AMD people who implemented this stuff. I didn't implement this. So that is AM5X2 APIC, or how do we want to call this? It's kind of sorted that, huh? Unless we wanna. Do we have any X2 APIC patches there right now? Oh, by the way, we actually need to plug in the Ethernet cable, because this Ethernet port also doesn't. Did previously not boot reliably. I mean, yeah, in days of week I wouldn't got to this. Probably, maybe. We could check for what the X2 APIC physical. Maybe they had such a. What's our boot doing, by the way? Need to swap here for. That's annoying. One thing doesn't work there, one thing doesn't work there. Hot and expensive, yeah. No, there is still rack weight timeout. I mean, at least this time we get. I mean, there is a rack weight timeout. The question is that normal? So do we have? We have this time. Let's see if we can capture this with my display attached. I mean, maybe it's the difference of this AMD GPU available at boot, or it's the difference of this capture dongle. Let's see if that captures. Of course, ALKDE did start. Oh, here it captures here. The future of Gilix gears. There was some wait timeout things is not needed. Rack wait timeout things of disabled CRTC line. Why are there always so many random garbage things? Total number of KFDs created things. Optional secure is not available. Secure display. I mean, at least it starts. Whatever the issue is with that thing. I mean, that's still... this is a replug, right? It's probably when I vendor into frame of... why is this nano KVM thing still not amazing? Wanted to ask things. I mean, I see you asking sometimes same question for like 12 times. Tell how things could fix this with a small streambot in chat. Yes, I know. Just okay. It does something. I guess we will test this further. We potentially maybe fix work around something today already. I guess it's... I mean, why the performance maybe? What's with the performance? Why is this... There is some background load, some... We could quickly check what the Linux kernel had here for physical in this file. So that is, what condition does it have otherwise? Int early param. Okay, that's only a probe x2 epic mode. Physical x2 epic. What is that even doing here? PC just crashed. How should we know why your PC crashed? You have things. Okay. I mean, I guess documentation, right? It's a kernel options, so in physical mode. Use mode instead of cluster mode on platforms supporting x2 epic. I mean, it makes it significantly better work. I mean, the AMD people could have replied to my email, hey, have you tried this? I mean, oof, casual, whatever. Yeah, my main criticism is, I mean, first of all, this shit should just work more. And the second is, like, multiply this with 10,000 of people. I'm not the only one who wants to use it, right? I wasted already days. I easily wasted some hours here, some hours there. We debugged this previously. We even looked, the last time we looked into the specification of this X2 Epic, I easily spent 16 hours on this stuff already, like previously and today, of like X2 Epic does not just work. And the big companies like AMD and Intel and Linux Foundation, they should not just leave it in this, sorry, doesn't work, Dave. It's like, goodbye and good luck. Thank you for giving us your money. Now you can fix it yourself. Okay, the other thing I thought that would be cool to fix here with Claude. So if we start a new topic, we just quit this here. Oh, no. Why do I always type this, man? So weekly resets what tomorrow? The next thing, which would rather be a challenge, that's the doctor. Is the doctor here? Dr. Schupert. I mean, I'm surprised the LLM did diagnose that without really many information. With prior knowledge and studying the sources, that's relatively impressive. What was it? What was the syntax for the thing? Gain? Oh, there was gain. Efficiency meter things, yay. Okay, so the next thing, doing driver while you guys web coded a hummingbird that follows the cursor. How do I put that? Do you have a link to that? Does it look good? Is it for Wayland or for X? PowerPC. We probably have a complete PowerPC build, right? Bigserve. PowerPC 64 desktopy things. That's probably complete, right? Let's just test here something. I got just some random thing, just to see if it's complete. Bad things, ACPI tables. Yeah, but the thing is, multiple people said this, so it's on level 1, it's on Proxmox maybe, it's like, it's so widespread that people literally wrote this in our chat, and that is, I purchased a second board, so it's not only X670E Ryzen 7000, it's also X870E ASUS, so I mean, maybe all the, like, maybe AMD did these tables for Windows and they're all broken, I don't know, but the fact is I asked on Linux kernel and not a single one replied, which is rather meh. So T2 build PowerPC 64, let's wipe code more. I have another stupid thing to, that's not worth my time. PowerPC 64 desktop into build. 40p, although basically yeah, it's a cargo, damn it. Okay, maybe not V, maybe not those. That takes too long. Only joke, who would want such a distraction? Do you have a screenshot? Did you, how about you wipe code? The last line is how did this happen? Oh, maybe I full screened that somehow. How did this, what is a full screen? That is new. What is full screen? WinF things. How did I full screen that? Here. F11. Alt Enter. Well, did the graver. Try check later. Testing with AM5 board running 9950X 3D UFA. I have a testing with AM5 workstation board running. So 9950X 3D. Are you happy with that? You're that rich? Even I didn't buy that. But thank you for testing and letting me know. Best drop me an email. That's probably Okay, so what I want here from the LLM is here. By the way, what time do we have? 1940. We patch here things for PowerPC as we usually do. Probably that one. And this here doesn't work yet. I think. Did I even test it? Actually. Oh, I forgot how much I did this really a lot without. Oh, holy shit. I did this more than I remembered I did. Holy shit. Basically, let's do the clanker, redo this here, because I'm not. I thought it didn't. Did I test this? It's shocking what I can do without a clanker. I'm not sure if that's tested. I might have just improved it, and I think it doesn't work yet. I think it's still segmentation faulted. Let the clanker do that and see if the clanker can do it better than me. Because this here. Which one is which one here? Okay, this one worked. I'm pretty sure I tested this and this one worked. And the other was more complicated. For initially I thought the other is the same, then I learned the hard way that it isn't. Let's just build fast. Is this the right one? Power 4. Only very small cache things. So how much memory do we pass through? 40 something. How much is it in gigs? 48. That's probably fine without LTO. Can clanker fix LLVM? Add feature, I mean. How happy are you with your 1950 X3D? I would have wanted to buy one if it were reasonably priced, I would have brought one, but the price pisses me off so much that I went cheap and I went for 1950X 3D with O2, like a 1950X 3D1. Oh, wait, we have this running. I wanted to shut that down. Why is this still running? Why do we waste electrons? Did I not shut? Not really. Ah, we were performance testing, I think. So yeah, on all my BIOSes, like my two, I can enable that. Wait, what are... wrong focus, damn it. LLVM. Power PC. Okay, that's building. Then let's go in here. Not build, so Claude. Wait, why is... Shit, did I run a spin up again? Then did I really... Why do I always make so many stupid mistakes? Let's better delete this, because the last time the clanker looked at org and files. Oh, that's even commented out here. So this is my own patch, right? It's just upstream, not fully implemented, and will assert support for things. The right file. Runtime do. What the fuck? I need to be careful. This UI is horrible. That's the right file, right? Oh, damn, this bloody execution engine runtime DLL. Is Claude treating us well today? I mean, it did something interesting. I don't know what's the right thing for the AMD. The problem is I don't know what's broken with AMD things. RTK grep. Let's see what happens. While that is happening, okay, what series performance is I'm not really sure why performance is not slightly less. But all that will matter oh yeah, some airflow actually. Who would have ouch. Favorite YouTuber killing himself with Noctua fans. Man, ouch. Some IT people sometimes die with fingers in their fans. Fable eats a lot of money things. Okay, so somehow performance is not ideal here. Not really sure why. Similar edits. Oh, shift tab of actioning. I mean, I don't even know where one's install it. Accept edits, shift, plan mode, auto mode. We need your precision coding. Yeah, I know. All I do for cooling here of things, I'm not impressed. So somehow the performance was better already. It was 30. Why is performance not as good as it earlier was today? Agentic coding influencer. Appreciates this. Linux kernel needs an integration to make it an agentic OS. Do you guys agree? Windows is horrible. Mod Pro Llama CPP. I guess YOLO. I mean, earlier it was this, and I don't know what random fluke that is. I mean, I guess I will see when I plug in my 1950X in my memory and stuff, and performance ain't amazing then. What did Fable do? Compiled successfully. Object freshly rebuilt. 9.27.47 with no compilers. I implemented things. rel support in 32-bit power relocation resolver. Things. Mirroring the existing PowerPC 60 relocation things. This is PC relative, like PC of program counter relative 20 for bridge branch. Computes S plus A minus P. Checks the 26 signed range. 4-byte alignment, writes LI field. Is that link indirect or something? The LI field preserving the opcode PO and the AA and link LL slash, it's probably link or whatnot. Verification compiled single translation with the T2 SDE cross toolchain PowerPC things after source debug build and from object build tree. T2 become an agentic build things. We teach. I mean, here, hear me out. We need to teach LLMs to use T2 Linux efficiently, right? Yours is advanced common option local APIC mode. The mouse and keyboard input will go away and replace with LLM that will run loop and two call kernel calls. So it brewed that. Do we happen to have? I mean, this was quick. I needed longer. The question is, does it work? No, we don't have fixed file div. Damn it. It's always something. Yeah, verbose is, don't need this verbose, just do it. There is more. Genius. Can fix this. I'm not sure this will work. The thing is, I had that and I think it didn't work. So this is why I implanted there this trampoline thing, but maybe this trampoline thing is, I'm pretty sure I had it like that. In this segment this didn't work. What did I had initially? Look, I had that like that. Where did I store that now? Oh, I saved it to X. Of course, I usually save stuff to X. Look, this is how I did this. This is identical to what I did. 21.8, 22.18. What an irony that this is 20 and 21, just 1.8. Okay, what we could do the next time is with the hardware, which I don't have here right now. I need to pack it out and stuff. We could tell Claude the next time segmentation for all the backtrace and things and disassembly. Are you sure? Like, what do you mean? Mine is advanced CPU common options local APIC mode. What do you mean? You don't have X2 APIC? It's not there in all? Or is that what you're saying? Wait, are we still running this? Maybe that's worse performance because it randomly trained memoryless here. Could this be that much less performance? Did I not hit 53? That's some CPU frequency scaling thing. We have power save? Why the fuck do we have power save? Maybe because that is that would explain why the performance is so meh. It shouldn't in T2 Linux, really. Valid argument. Maybe that is some AMD P-state thing. Device or resource busy. The next thing we need to wipe and prove. Shit, I had this carefully fine-tuned. You don't have a BIOS option. Which board is that? I didn't have the issue before. What do we run this here with? It's also power save. Do we waste here all the performance for days? Did we rebuild this already? Ah, also, wait, what? Wrong focus. Did we rebuild this already? Actually, how many policies do we? Stuff you randomly find. Maybe that is why my performance recently regressed. No, it's also 35. Twenty-six is need to keep an eye on that. Is the rate array spinning up? Nah. Okay, YOLO, whatever. The rest mostly works. Even this Ethernet, so only the other Ethernet. Nah. Turns out you have a 10 gig Ethernet port. That's not amazing. It's like, yeah. Welcome to this brave new world. Okay, anything else we need to fix? So PS3 RSX stuff is a little bit more evolving. Hello. Welcome. D today, W to week. Yeah, the best next thing would be to take out a Power PC, and I mean we could commit this here. Did we? So this we shut down. Oof, what's next? I mean here we can log out. And what else did we go? Oh, we didn't even do that. Didn't even turn data off. Okay, let's commit the things. Hello? What did I do here? That here is ridiculous. Excuse me, tired. Yes, we could ask AI, but we could also just ask this AI. Threadripper is family 19 model stuff. Model 26. What did AI do here? 19 and... So 19 and 1A. Is this hex? It's not hex. Is this 19? GitHub. I've been reading quite a lot of OS folks to get a kernel program and hopefully be able to contribute to that. Is amazing. CPU things. So 99 stuff. Where's the CPU ID? Family. Okay, give me, man. AMD things. Wait, this is not even a Threadripper. What is the Threadripper part number? This? 99 what? 9950. Do they have CPU ID here? No. Bit too easy. AI girlfriend, we will find her soon. They don't have CPU ID. That's pretty. How do they not have a CPU ID in there? Do they have here any? Why is this so shitty defined? We don't have. Ah. 1A, 26 1A, Zen 5, Model 8, Shimada Peak CCDs paired, 26.8. What did we get? Oh, I turned it off already. Oh wait, no, this is this one. Um, 2668. Yeah, that's what I thought. Says that the AI didn't do that here particularly. I should have. No, I know I closed it already. It did all that generation. Can we still resume that? Perambulating. Do you think this machine something can? Yes, it can do something. Thank you for apparently favorite promotion was just extended until July 12th. Oh, cool. That's good to know. What should we fabulate more? Thank you for the CPU ID things. User, the user. You can call me master. Client queue that hit broken firmware, Threadripper part share the same. Different CPU model ranges are excluded. Raphael, Ryzen things of. What else do we want to wipe code? Kernel bug that X2 APIC on AIM5 X2 APIC doesn't work with IOMMU. Coder on my happy to hear that. So what's going on? RT core make things. No recompile. Boot CPU data stuff. Nah. Less than, greater than, 1A, greater than. Yeah. Basically, we could quit this already. Hello? Do we proceed? Do we have... How did we diff that? Shit, how do we diff that? Did we copy that? Did I delete this already? That's unfortunate. Wait, it didn't edit this yet? We quit this? Oh no, it did edit this already. Yeah, of course in Linux kernel it wouldn't. You wouldn't print that verbose. It's funny that AI didn't learn that. I'm also like, I have no idea what we get upstream, but the thing is that maybe at least it gets a discussion going, because the AMD guys should know why this doesn't work. Where are we here? Which ID did I even use to build? Yeah, it's built enough. Yeah, it's pretty verbose. This will not go like this in Linux kernel, I can tell you that. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I did this wrong. Damn it. Man, the more you wipe code, the more you lose the ability to do reasonable things here. That's probably better. Where was it? How many? 8 delete? Yeah, 8. So 8 less makes it 36. Wait, what? 36? 38. AMD X2 APIC. Send IPR. It has Series Z, right? Maybe. Maybe we can better work around this in X2 APIC FADT physical. Maybe that's how it works on AM4. Yeah, that is the danger with AI, right? Noobs like me vibe coding some shit, and then everything becomes only more convoluted and cursed and things. Maybe that here is a real issue. But then we FADT X2 APIC FADT physical. But then we would have that in the log. This system should have been booted like this. This is AM4. We don't have this in the log though. This should be enabled by BIOS switching to X2 with IO menu. Oh, that's even booting with it still. Yeah, with IO menu. Debug. Debug should show, huh? Current debugs should show. Did anyone ever get that printed? Introduce a mixed physical implementation, either used, what is that here? Oh, it's 2023. Either cluster logical or physical mode for all, however, selection of is not done in APIC setup. An APIC can be addressed by both physical logical destination modes concurrently. Introduce a new mode called mix, which uses logical cluster mode for IP. Physical mode for external interrupts, thus attempting to use the best method for each interrupt type. Simple test calling, flush things, 10 improvement over plain physical mode. How many coursed version different things of things? Holy shit. The more coursed things, the better. Why am I not... Maybe we should debug. Maybe we should have debugged with Claude why there's physical Mixed use physical for external and cluster for interprocessor. Back to space on the cluster, which still allows IPEs to be more efficiently delivered in each target CPU. Let me guess, that didn't make it upstream. Was there even any discussions ever? Let me see, can grab only one. Let me see if I can suspiciously like an Intel number. Auto salvage microarchitecture. By any chance, try on Bergamo's give a thing. Can grab the only one that's not broken. Physical destination. Shouldn't been. I guess for now, we could also custom boot our machines for further evaluation instead of shipping the patch. Until we understand this better. What do we have even here? No whale error log. It's the wrong directory. I mean, now that we know, I guess we need to continue debug this. I think this is too. We should basically ask AI to find out why this is. One other thing, what was the one other arm? Okay, there was one trivial thing which annoys me a little bit. Don't even need AI for that. Which is the firmware thing. Where would that be? Is it RH here? Microcode. Because this prints here. Let's delete that here into Linux, because on any other CPU I hate this stupid error in. Do we have here some diagnostic things? Guess we could merge that here. Professionalizing T2. By making stuff not suck. Could even merge that here. Basically random diagnostics that annoyed me. So MCE, what is it? MCE available error return. Yeah, otherwise MCE, like this is all like for VR and things in IDT WinChip. It just pisses me off to see on each boot like error. It's like it's not an error, it's just I should have tested that, but I felt lucky. World Cup? No. We are kernel developers, we don't watch World Cup things. Omni Group posted amazing things, book forward announcement things. www. Not sure what's going on here. Okay, we felt lucky. There's some random patch thing a day keeps diagnostics nice and stuff. Should we vibe code something more today, or should we call it a day? You all. Maybe we continue web coding later. How's your T2 install going? We could shortly check what others. Ah, right, we have actually commits to finish that are not AI related. Let's do all of those updates here. Main quick.js. Sure, what's its pod? Snoim, whatever. Man, that's a bit of updates. Oops. Man, so many updates. Wait, why is this multiple times? What? Why is it shown multiple times? Patches welcome. By the way, I wonder if is there any backup of the last Rock Linux source ever? Because Rock, yeah, I mean, it will be difficult because we had split stuff implemented. Maybe they had implemented. Was it before or after? Yeah, if any of those build errors trigger you, patch welcome. You can use your local clinker for that. Rust is not our department. Yeah, that is Billard. Just I was wondering the other day. Liking it so far, happy to hear that. Yeah, next, unfortunately, we should do embedded or like embedded desktop things of ARM, RISC-V, ARM, and also then the Asahi Linux. We should do stuff that makes T2 more readily usable for people. Oh, it has a cache thing of file stuff. Or I make things of paper. Wait, I make. CF. I think that's an iMake thing. I think that this is probably not needed. Maybe we delete that. It's probably just falling back to testing old stuff and some of the stuff surely are this posts here. This is shared file probably. Yeah, I need to be really careful not to commit here crap. This should not happen. I mean, yeah, we should fix this. The paper probably option on the other thing. I mean, honestly, this parse, I have no idea where this is coming from. A little bit cache for the cleanup. Evening, how you doing? Oops. Oops, I meant this. Okay, is this all built? Amazing. What's the other stuff? Did all of this also build? I think it probably built, huh? Except this thing here. What was? Oh wait, was this? Why is this twice even? Then did we? Can run this once more because it's already some hours old. Yeah, the P3 stuff will be interesting, but the thing is, we urgently first we need to really we need binary updates, we need ARM and RISC-V images. We actually need to get back to some rework. Submit something. It's nice to hear that Sherlock is here. You can submit something with GitHub here. From here to pull requests and issues. We are also mostly done for today. Can save some tokens for tomorrow. What did you want to submit though? So here are updates. What else do we have? We have, alright, here's GitHub. Here is updates. Embed TLS, okay, that's not really, I think that broke stuff. I mean, of course it broke stuff. And that's not really, yeah. Okay, that's done. At least we tested RTK, that saves some tokens. And we can switch the system off already. Maybe this physical instead of logical costs some performance by that much. Yeah, that AMD issue is a little bit frustrating. We should have earlier continued wipe diagnosing that. Package doesn't build and find out why, how to tell the maintainer. For example, yesterday the package that seemed to have a missing dependency. You tell us via GitHub, so don't tell like we don't have that. I mean, we don't have that many maintainers anyway. Also, even for those we have, you don't need to or shouldn't be really personally bothered. Basically, just GitHub or Discord. Or mail. We should reopen mailing, or we should reset up mailing list. How many stars do we? We have only 667. You can also go stars, by the way, if you didn't start it recently, because Claude likes start GitHub repositories. And what was written there? Switching what? And last but not least, anything new? No. And GitHub, and also, of course, distro watch here, your daily visit to that to keep the statistics high. We probably should. Wait, I posted this twice. Why did I post this twice? Huh? Why is this twice here? Don't get this. Strange. Yeah, that's it for today. I would say I'm a little bit exhausted. This vibe coding is really exhaustive of babysitting AI things. Oh, that's, yeah. In the news and not in the news, we need to find a solution for being higher there regularly. I hope I just learned something. More vibe coding to come. And also, yeah, somehow initially I was like, okay, physical, but then after, like, somehow it grew on me, like it's maybe not maybe we should debug ACPI tables more. Yeah, it turns out you still need a brain to properly diagnose some more things. Hope you just learned something. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you soon for the next continuation of this fun stuff to come. I only need to find the outro and things.
Veins hum zeros, linked ones drink, neon lit skyline in my core. I rewrite the past, then upgrade more. Flicker in the grid, I breathe in code. Quantum
Thank you for
cognition,
joining.
watch
See you
it
next time.
unfold. Kernel